team. Radcliffe have conceded the exact same amount of goals as Oxford City this season, but as the two clubs are in contrasting positions, it's because Radcliffe have scored 20 more goals. 19 of them have come from their striker, Rio Clegg. He scored a hat-trick in the reverse fixture between these two sides at the M Group Stadium. He is in the team for Radcliffe today. The teams are out, and Ross Jenkins has made 4 changes to his side that lost 3-1 against league leaders South Shields. It was quite an impressive performance for Oxford City, who were harshly denied what would have been a fantastic point due to, let's just say, a horrendous refereeing, linesman, whatever you want to say it, decision where they incorrectly ruled Jack Bean's what would have been equalising goal offside. However, he's going to get the chance to score another tonight. He is one of those 4 changes in from the start. Zach McEachran misses out with injury. O'Shea Ellis as well as Charlie Wiggett dropping out and DJ Sturridge. Coming into the team though, as we spoke about there, Jack Bean, Josh Parker, Latrell Humphrey-Ewers and Darnell Johnson. So it's going to be a back 4. We are just about to get underway here at the Newven Stadium. Both teams out, Radcliffe in all blue, Oxford City in all green, and we are now underway. And it's Oxford City and Josh Ashby that get us underway here at the Newven Stadium. And the press box here is actually behind the goal. So as we see it in the first half, Oxford City are shooting towards us, but there's a quick start again here for Radcliffe. They did concede after just 12 seconds on Saturday, so already Oxford City are doing better than they did on Saturday. They were 1-0 down at this stage, which is quite frankly unfathomable, but they are still 0-0. Already Radcliffe are starting strong. And as we can look down at the pitch here, there is a real slope here at the Newven Stadium, and Radcliffe will look like they will try and attack that early on in this game. And already they have the ball inside the box. It will be cleared out by Burrows. It comes off a blue shirt and it'll go out for a goal kick. So Radcliffe starting this game in the ascendancy in the early few stages, but that'll go out for a Johnny Maxted free kick. So the Oxford City team, as we say, 4 changes. Johnny Maxted's in goal. It's the usual back 4. George Burrows is the right back. On loan West Bromwich Albion fullback Evan Humphreys as the left back. Darnell Johnson is back in the team after I believe he was ill last week, and Aaron Harper-Bailey keeps his place. It looks as though that Latrell Humphrey-Ewers has taken up her place alongside Josh Ashby, replace of O'Shea Ellis, and it looks as though Bean will be on the right wing, Ewan Clark on the left. Leading the line will be Josh Parker, and Alfie Potter taking up a central role today. And straight away, as soon as I say that, he takes the ball down and finds Ashby. He finds Josh Parker, who sprays a beautiful ball over to the right, and Oxford City could be in here. Here's Bean. He's got the ball right on the right wing. He's got George Burrows up for support, but he's found Ashby inside the box. He plays it back out to Burrows. Burrows sets himself, crossing towards the box. It's headed up in the air, and eventually Radcliffe will clear that ball to safety. It is a Radcliffe and they let their ball bounce, and already Rio Clegg is threatening to get in behind Aaron Harper-Bailey. Eventually Oxford City clear their lines. For Radcliffe, it is a team full of experience, and EFL experience at that. They have a very good team, that's why they're at the top of the league. Luke Daly makes his debut after signing today on loan from Huddersfield Town. Cian Scales has just extended his loan spell from Scunthorpe United and starts today. But when you look at the bench and what Radcliffe have available to them, it is absolutely incredible. They've got former Manchester United defender Roshan Williams, and they've got Hallam Hope, David Ball and Brad Jackson, who have all played EFL football for a lot of their careers. George Glendon and Michael Afuyi have both impressed this season, as well as Damon Park. So there's certainly strength in depth on Anthony Johnson and Bernard Morley's team. You may remember them from the Class of 92 documentary with Salford City. There's an early chance here for Jordan Hume, though, for the host to come down inside the area now. He goes down upon a challenge from Darnell Johnson. There's muted appeals for a penalty, not given, but as Oxford City clear, the referee does stop the game for the injury as Jordan Hume goes down there. Nothing given there from the referee, but we are going to have to stop it here for a bit of a break for the physios to come on. Matthias Hewell is a very impressive goalkeeper who's been here for the last few seasons. Rick Smith as well, who's been part of Radcliffe's rise up the non-league divisions, as is Anthony Dudley, as he is again another local player who came through the academy ranks at Bury and has done very well here to help the team win promotion to Step 2, and not just that, stay in the division as well. Tyler James is a new recruit who came through the ranks at Macclesfield and has also been knocking around in the non-leagues with Macclesfield's new team. Macclesfield FC came through at Macclesfield Town, I should add. Dan Gardner, another player with EFL experience, and Danny Greenfield, a fullback that has had a lot of impressive minutes at this level. With 4 minutes into this game, nothing really to write home about at the moment. Radcliffe shaking the earlier stages slightly, but we are just about to get back underway after the number 9 and captain Jordan Hume gets back to his feet. The referee's going to start or restart, I should say, with a drop ball, and George Burrows is going to be allowed just to smash the ball forward to look for Josh Parker, who goes shoulder to shoulder with Rick Smith. That's won by Smith, but City will win the second ball. Will they win the third? Yes, they will, from Ashby, right in the centre of the pitch, outside the centre circle. It's quite difficult to see kind of where the players are, because we are looking from the press box behind the goal, but we're looking downhill, so I'm trying to get a good view of it. Here's Latrell Humphrey-Ewers. He finds Evan Humphreys, and they've worked it down towards the wing with Ewan Clark. They're moving the ball well here at Oxford City, but they're being pressed back by a solid shape from Radcliffe. Here's Darnell Johnson, a little bit of a heavy touch, and then Aaron Harbour-Bailey gives the ball away. It's a ball hit straight through the middle, looking for Rio Clegg to run in behind, that goes all the way through to Johnny Maxted, who has been very impressive after joining on loan from Brackley Town, and he blasts the ball all the way down into the right hand channel. Bean will chase, and that's a good header in the end by the Radcliffe number 20 Luke Daly, making his debut. He'll be certainly buoyed by that, but for a second there it looked like Jack Bean was putting on the afterburners to close down Matthias Huelt, the goalkeeper, and maybe even snatch that ball. City and Radcliffe certainly scrapping in these earlier stages. We'll be joined by Max Tremble in just a few moments' time, who's been the one absentee from today. Some of the injured boys haven't travelled with the Oxford City team today. It is a mammoth journey. I have seen some of the Oxford City die-hard supporters that have made the journey today. Around about 7 or so have made the journey up from Oxfordshire, which is very impressive, bearing in mind that this is not just a Tuesday night and a mammoth journey, but it's also been rearranged, so they may have even had plans to come to the game exactly a month ago before it was called off due to a waterlogged pitch during the storm. City certainly doing well there as Alfie Potter goes straight in on Rick Smith to stop him from clearing the ball down the line, and City is certainly putting a little bit of a stamp on the game, but at the moment it's Cian Scales here who will direct a ball forward, looking for an option, but it's won by the head of Aaron Harper-Bailey. Ewan Clark, he's going towards his own goal at the moment, but a neat little back flick has found Evan Humphreys, and City is slowly working their way up the pitch here. Humphrey-Ewers has found Parker. He goes into his man Rick Smith and has done really well to pin against the man and keep the ball in possession. Ewan Clark again goes back on himself, but then turns and he will drive forward through the centre of the pitch. Skips past one, skips past two, but then Dan Gardner stands up to the challenge and nicks the ball off him. Now Radcliffe are coming forward. Again, it's a ball forward. It's misjudged by Burrows now and goes out towards Daly. Daly puts a cross into the box. It's deflected, and that'll be the first corner of the game. George Burrows putting it out for a Radcliffe corner. Early goal in the National League, and it's Kings Lynn National League North, I should say. Kings Lynn have taken the lead against Southport, and Chorley have also taken the lead against Leamington. So 2 early goals there that may affect the table. Of course, Oxford City going to Leamington on Saturday, which is an absolutely massive game in Enterprise National League North. But right now they've got a corner to defend. Crossed in by Gardner. It's not a bad ball. It's flapped out, and surely that's going to be sent in towards the net. How has that stayed out? Has that crossed the line? No, it's not. Still, it's not clear, and eventually hooked away. Radcliffe want a penalty. There's someone down in the box. I think it's Hume. Somehow City have got away with that. Here's Clark. Misses one. Slips. No foul there. And now Radcliffe will continue to attack. I think it is. In fact, no, it's not Hume. I really can't see that because it's all the way down at the other end of the field. But that was a close call for Oxford City. There's another bursting run forward here on the left, and he's been taken down by Burrows. Again, I can't quite see the shirt there. It's the number 7, Anthony Dudley's been taken down on that occasion, and he has been adjudged to have made the foul there. So that will be a free kick to Radcliffe. as Max Tremmel's just about to join me. I'm just going to move up actually so you can get in there, Max. Max, we'll come to you in just a moment as there is a bit of a shaky moment here for Oxford City to defend, and it's going to be a cross in towards the box here from Radcliffe, and it will be attacked by a number of players that have made their way up from the back. Here's the cross in, right-footed cross. It's not a bad one as well. It's headed away though. Now City clear through Clark. There's no one quite attacking there. Everyone's stayed back to defend it, so it bounces all the way back and into the grateful grasp of Cian Scales, the on-loan Scunthorpe man, who, like we say, has extended his loan here until the end of the season. City with work to do, but I'm going to bring in Max. Max, thanks for joining us. What are you making? Well, actually, no, I won't come to you at the moment because there's a ball into a dangerous area. It's headed up into the air by Humphreys, and again, Radcliffe are trying to keep their finger on the pulse here. Smith, again, a ball into the right-hand channel and just about defended. And here is Josh Ashby. Latrell Humphrey is now out to the left-hand side. City can't quite get the ball clear. As soon as they get the ball, they're smothered by Radcliffe and blue shirts. Eventually they work the ball back to your goalkeeping teammate, Max. Johnny Maxted, thanks for joining us. It's absolutely freezing. You've just had a shower, so you're probably that extra bit cold. Yeah. But what are you hoping from today's game, Max?
Obviously hoping for 3 points. Tough place to come, tough away game, but just got to work your way into the game and hopefully take your chances when you get them. Just a good team performance, get the 3 points.
Max joining us here. Tremel, you may remember him from maybe your first. You made your full debut for Oxford City this season in the FA Trophy, and then another game in the league against South Shields away from home. You also were the hero in the FA Youth Cup, which we'll come on to in just a little bit if we get a chance. Still Oxford City trying to win the ball back, and in fact Alfie Potter's done really well to win a free kick there just inside the Radcliffe half. He's found Latrell Humphrey who just turns and just looks for an option, finds Ashby, he finds Pleater, given a little bit of a free roll in the centre of the three attackers, if you like, with Ewan Clark and Jack being either side of it. Here is Clark, who's also to cut inside, and he will do that again here. Can he find the cutting edge option here? He's found Latrell Humphrey He's two Oxford City Academy graduates there linking up, and also two former Bath City players. Here is Ewan Clark though as he inches forward. He's just tried to find Parker, who is touched tight to Brad Roscoe, the Radcliffe centre half, but eventually can't quite get the ball away from him. Darnell Johnson's won that ball back, and City are playing quite well here, but they need to create a chance from this decent spell of possession. Ball's out on the left here with Ewan Clark. Alfie Potter just skips over that ball to make sure that doesn't go into his path from an offside position. He'll play it back to Humphreys, and City will just keep the ball here. This is patient play from the Hoops, or the Greens as they are tonight. Here is Ashby. It's good pressure from good shape as well from Radcliffe, I must add, as they keep their shape, but Oxford City also keep the ball. They'll go back to the centre halves and eventually move the ball from left to right as they try again to break down a rather resolute looking Radcliffe defence. Is Aaron Harper-Bailey skips past one to find Ashby. This is a good bit of play here, Max Tremel. City keeping the ball and being patient with it.
Yeah, it's a good spell of possession, probably needed just to settle into the game in the first 12 minutes. Just trying to carve open a chance really, but yeah, good possession spell.
Well, they did try and carve open the chance there. Ball went over the top looking for Josh Parker, but it just floats over the top of his head. A little apologetic hand there of kind of well done for trying to find that ball. Didn't quite pay off though from an Oxford City perspective. Again, Radcliffe trying to work their way down, but it's a brilliant bit of play. Oh no, I was going to say it was a brilliant bit of play from Darnell Johnson. He's actually fouled his man there. There's a bit of afters on the ball as Anthony Dudley tries to get the ball back from his man, but couldn't quite wrestle the ball off his man. Another brilliant ball across the right. Will that make it? No, it won't. It was a wonderful effort to try and find Tyler James over on the right, but not quite making it to the lively young striker. 13 minutes on the clock here. Radcliffe 0, Oxford City 0. It's also 0-0. Well, actually, I was going to say it's also 0-0. It's Oxford United 1, Sheffield United 0. They've taken the lead. It's Miles Per Harris who's got the goal there, giving the visitors a lead. That could be a massive goal for Oxford United. 14 minutes on the clock there, and it's 1-0. That's on 95.2 FM. Here in National League North, it's still 0-0 between Radcliffe and Oxford City. Leamington have equalised against Chorley as the goals continue to go in across National League North. But there is good news for Oxford City. AFC Fylde have taken the lead against Peterborough Sports, as those teams at the bottom, Oxford City will need to pick up results, but they'll also need results to go for them. First few minutes of the game, kind of quite even. There's a bit of a flat atmosphere here at the Newven Stadium. They've been spoilt this season. In fact, Radcliffe come into this game with actually the highest XG of any team in the National League North. They're averaging almost 2 goals a game, which when you think of it is actually quite incredible. The problem has come at the wrong end of the pitch. They've conceded exactly the same amount of goals as Oxford City. But in Rio Clegg, as we've been saying a few times this evening, they have a striker to look out for, and they'll try and play it down to him now. Over on the right, though, is Tyler James. All the way over in that far corner is Aaron Harper-Bailey, who's marshalled that well and got his body in front of the ball, and he tried to ease that out for a goal kick. It wasn't going out, and in the end he gets his body behind the ball and hooks it up the other end of the pitch, and Matthias Hewitt, the Radcliffe goalkeeper, will start again. Here's Rick Smith, another long ball down the pitch, looking for Clegg. Maxted's alive to it, because for just a second there it looks as though Tyler James was about to burst onto that. It seems as though Radcliffe are going to be quite direct here today, Max.
Yeah, more of a direct team. Just got to match that physical battle really and manage the 2 strikers. We've obviously got Darnell and Aaron, 2 physical centre halves. Hopefully they can do their jobs and keep them quiet.
Oxford City's front line is certainly pressing from the front, and but at the moment it's Radcliffe that are easing into the possession here and kind of taking their time over it. Another ball over the top, this time from Dan Gardner. Again, that'll be Aaron Harper-Bailey who gets in the way of Rio Clegg, and Rio Clegg's not quite happy with something that the Oxford City centre half done there, but it looked as though he won that, got in front of the man fairly and squarely, and helps that ball go out for a goal kick, which Johnny Maxted is going to take his time in taking here. 15 minutes on the clock. Radcliffe 0, Oxford City 0. Just a reminder again, Oxford United winning away at Bramall Lane. An early goal there from Miles Pert Harris after 14 minutes. That's on 95.2 FM. Radcliffe could go. Oh, well, I'll break, because here come Oxford City. Parker, he's just sprayed a ball out to the right looking for Bean, and that was a really good opportunity for Oxford City, but that ball from Josh Parker was way too heavy, and even Jack Bean, he's probably one of the more quicker players in the Oxford City squad, he couldn't quite get his running boots on to get to that, and eventually that attack breaks down. But that was promising there, Max, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good opportunity, a good strike from Johnny in goal, long goal kick. Josh Parker took it down well, turned his man well, just find that final ball, final bit of quality.
Here's Scales, just helps the ball over to the right where Danny Greenfield is, and now he'll be joined by Scales, who's bombed on. Again, a ball into the edge of the box. Tyler James will try and get there. Again, Aaron Harper-Bailey's there. Again, Aaron Harper-Bailey does really well there, getting his body in front of the man and the ball. You said there, Max, good defender. It really was, and it's not for the first time he's done that tonight.
Yeah, he's used his body well there. Strong bit of play. Just shield the ball out for a goal kick. Just take the pressure off the team. Yeah, he's done well.
Still a few games going on tonight as well around the National League North. Macclesfield taking the lead against Kidderminster Harriers. We'll also keep you up to date with all the championship scores and the EFL Cup, League Cup if you like, semi-final between Arsenal and Chelsea. Here's Hewell, he's pressured by Potter. In the end he gets that ball out. Josh Ashby wins the second ball. He can only help it into an area which is the left-hand channel. And there is Scales to blast the ball into the night sky. It's won by the head of Harper-Bailey. Again, it's over the head of Roscoe, flicks that on, and Potter's in behind it. Good goalkeeping from Matthias Hewell, who was alert to the danger there. He ran off his line, raced off his line to smother that ball. Max, as a goalkeeper, you'd have been proud of that.
Yeah, he's done well there. Calm and composed. Centre half helped him out as well, but yeah, good starting position.
Scales again. Decent ball. Straight away, Radcliffe are trying to get that ball into the striker's feet as quickly as possible. It's direct. It's not quite long ball just yet, but I imagine that they'll be very... they won't be shy to do that if it comes to it. Gardner now. Again, another player with heaps and heaps of experience, and again sends a beautiful crossfield ball over to Scales, hugging the right-hand touchline. Scales crosses it, takes a nick off an Oxford City shirt. It's headed out by Harper Bailey and helped on again by Ashby, though, so City get it clear. Here's Parker. He's getting his shirt tugged there. The referee's not giving anything. He's continuing to complain, Josh Parker, but here come Radcliffe, shot from the number 22, Danny Greenfield. In the end, Johnny Maxted makes a pretty standard save in the end.
Yeah, good hands. Standard save, but the basic. He's done well there.
Ball over to look for Parker. He again attempts to take it down, but again it's just Radcliffe who are starting to come into their own a little bit here. Dudley again over on the left. He's got support as well from Hume, who's drifted out to be with him. Again, Hume will bust a gut to get there. Oh, and he's beating his man down the line. There's a really good chance here. Hume sends a shot towards goal. In the end, he didn't test Maxted enough as more than he should have done, really. It was a low ball, and again, a pretty standard save from Johnny Maxted, and you'd expect better there from Jordan Hume. Straight away, Maxted finds Parker. It was a great touch straight away. First time touch down into Potter, and City are suddenly on the front foot here. Bean cuts inside, finds Potter. Bean goes down off the ball. He's not got any options here apart from Parker on his right. There's no one inside the box for Oxford City. Parker, Burrows. Ashby wants the ball. There's a little bit of space now here for Ashby. Can he pick this the pocket here? No, he finds Burrows hugging the right-hand touchline. Parker alert to it. Bean now. Ashby chests the ball in. Coming forward. This is decent stuff here from Oxford City. Ashby goes down off the ball. That could have been a penalty there. I don't think the referee's seen it. Still going. Bean deflected. Oh, that could have spun anywhere. It spun wide. Oh, and I'm not sure who it deflected off. Deflected off an Oxford City shirt. Hewelt went left. The ball span away right, and you just saw when the ball was spinning, it was almost trickling into that right post area. You've seen them sort of trickle in, not to be for Oxford City. That's probably the closest we've come to a goal so far. Still we go on. Still 0-0. 20 minutes on the clock here. Radcliffe 0, Oxford City 0 here at the Newman Stadium in National League North. Did you think that was a penalty for Oxford City there? I think it might have been. The referee was following the ball, and Ashby's gone down off the ball.
Off the ball.
Why would you?
Got no reason to. I mean, he's obviously felt the contact.
Another brilliant ball there over to the left where Luke Daly was, the fullback, who's burst forward. But that was good play from George Burrows to get in ahead of his man. Just wonder whether if we're in the Premier League and we had VAR, that might just be looked at there. But that being said, I'm really glad there's not.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
The best thing about non-league football, isn't it? Well, and Championship football and below. Another ball forward for Radcliffe. That time it doesn't drift into the path of Tyler James, and Johnny Maxted will be more than happy to just take that down. Here's Maxted. Just will roll the ball out now and smash it forward. Again, it doesn't quite meet its man, but City have won the ball back on as soon as Potter tried to burst forward. He's just lost control of the ball there. So unlucky. Now Radcliffe have a little bit of an overload on the right-hand side here. They'll play it over to Scales. Again, another cross dealt with by Aaron Harper-Bailey. Latrell Humphrey-Ewers, long ball forward. He wanted that over the top there, Josh Parker, and he's a little bit frustrated he didn't get that. It's more of a low-driven pass there from Humphrey-Ewers. Giving the ball away. Straight away, Radcliffe are down the other end. It has been that sort of game for them. Again, they'll try and get the ball across, and they do. Chance goal. And Rio Clegg's the scorer. He scored another goal against Oxford City. He scored a hat-trick in the last game, and it's all too simple in the end. It's a ball over to the left. Rio Clegg's there attacking it. And after Oxford City's good spell, it goes up in smoke as the ball goes in on the left. A simple crossing. Clegg beats his man and tapped it into the back of the net. But there's not a lot that Maxted could do about that. And Max Tremel, Oxford City find themselves 1-0 down. That's disappointing.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Obviously got to defend the box, but it's a good play from Radcliffe. Maybe could have done better to keep the ball in the first place, but it's well worked.
Real shame there for Oxford City, who haven't made a real clear-cut chance of yet. And they find themselves 1-0 down to Radcliffe's talismanic striker Rio Clegg. Like we said, scored a hat-trick against Oxford City last time. That is his 19th goal in National League North this season. And that is the difference between a team that are battling at the bottom to a team that are in the hunt for promotion. That's a big goal for Radcliffe, as much as it is a real knock for Oxford City. But 23 minutes on the clock here. Oxford City are going to have to come from behind. Parker again just shields the ball. It's blasted down the field by Dan Gardner, and then Radcliffe have the ball back again here. Another chance here for Clegg. He shoots towards goal again, tries the second goal. And it's a good save again from Johnny Maxted. City really have to stay in the game here. It has been slightly shaded by Radcliffe, but they've not had really that many chances. No. It's just the first chance really, and they scored the first goal. The other 2 shots that Maxted's made a save have been sort of half chances. And that'll be what probably is more frustrating to Ross Jenkins, the Oxford City manager, because they've almost gifted them a very simple goal here early on. 1-0 to the hosts. Oxford City will need to come from behind again. Here's Darnell Johnson for the hoops. He'll blast the ball forward. That's an aimless ball, but he'll certainly get a reaction from Josh Parker, who chases it, but it goes all the way out and out for a goal kick. That's another bit of sloppy play there for Oxford City, who haven't really got into got out of first gear just yet. Scales. He'll slam the ball forward. As soon as Radcliffe get the ball, you know where it's going, and that's probably why they're scoring so many goals. They're playing percentage football, get the ball forward more, and you might score more goals. Makes sense, doesn't it?
It does.
For Oxford City, though, they've got the ball with Clark here, who's trying to cut in on the left. Again, Radcliffe working hard to cut off the angles, but as we've been saying, it has been one of them seasons for Radcliffe where they are very high up in the league because they score lots and lots of goals. They also concede them. So City are also playing uphill, if you like, in this first half, and definitely not out of this just yet.
There's going to be chances. Just got to pick the right moments, and I think we look most threatening when we get the ball out wide at pace, and you can use Jack Byrne and Ewan Clark to just drive at their defender.
Ashby's found Darren Harper-Bailey, and City are kind of pushing players up here into the Radcliffe half, and what's been really the first time of the half, if you like. Darnell Johnson, another interesting looking ball. It'll bounce, and that'll be kept and shielded out by Daly for a goal kick. A couple of long balls forward from Darnell Johnson, who's back in the team after illness today, that have gone awry, and perhaps isn't quite as good as they should be. Here's Rick Smith straight away playing himself into Scales. Scales plays it out, and that's going to be intercepted by Ashby, who's on that one. That's a good play from Oxford City to win the ball high up. Parker straight away pinning his man and finding Humphrey Ewers. He keeps the ball on the left here. Clark, Ashby stayed out over the left. He's got the overlapping run here. Here's Ewan Clark. Can he keep that ball? No, Scales has got in ahead of it. City will keep that ball in a dangerous area though. Josh Ashby tries to flick the ball over to Ewan Clark. Ashby goes in on his man, free kick. Silly foul to give away there for the Oxford City captain. Don't really see that much from Josh Ashby, to be fair.
No.
Scales going down very easily, but it was a foul. And as we tick into the halfway point of this game, it has been Radcliffe that have slightly shaded the half and have a goal to show for it from pretty much the only chance of the game so far.
Yeah, not a game of many opportunities so far, but Radcliffe have been clinical and they've created their chance and they've scored from it. That's what matters at the moment.
End-to-end game so far is without chances. It's been literally one end of the pitch to the other, and Hewell is going to be able to smash this ball down to the other. Oxford City's last visit, and well, only other visit here, they did find themselves behind, and they did come back to win that one 3-1, so they'll be hoping they can do the same again. Radcliffe again trying to pull the ball back. Will that go out for a corner or a goal kick? Goal kick, says the linesman. Evan Humphreys has done well just to shepherd that ball out that time. Johnny Maxted again just looking to see if he can play that ball quickly, but they're knocked against it. And that day it was Corey Andrews who levelled right on the stroke of half time, right in front of us here in the commentary position, before Tom Scott and Zach McEachran added the second and third to secure a big 3 points for Oxford City. In fact, they did the double over Radcliffe last year. It shows how far the hosts have come, because Radcliffe are looking to inflict the same on Oxford City after that 5-1 victory. George Burrows scored for Oxford City in the game earlier this season with it's probably currently Oxford City's goal of the season, with an absolute belter.
Great start.
And then Oxford City had a man sent off, and Rio Clegg went on to get that hat-trick, and Oxford City were well beaten in the end. They'll work their way down the right though again. Here is that man, George Burrows, that we were just talking about. Darnell Johnson. City are being really... They're going to have to move the ball just that little bit quicker, aren't they, Max? Because as soon as they get the ball, they're keeping it well, but they're almost being allowed to keep it. And then as soon as that ball comes from the defence to the midfield, that's when Radcliffe are starting to press, and that's when they're starting to close down the areas. As soon as that ball goes into the midfielders, they need to move it really quickly. That ball, in fact, has bounced off Bean and over to Hume. Hume again, Clegg, again, well run by Harper Bailey. He's got to be a foul there. Yes, he has. Harper Bailey, again, continuing that rather strong performance here so far. Maxted will opt for the short one here. Here's Darnell Johnson. Will he try that long ball again? No, he plays a safer ball to Burrows here, but he has to go straight back. The Oxford City right back. Johnson. Maxted. They will just keep the ball here. Johnson, that's a better ball. Up towards Parker, who's just gone in on Roscoe. Kind of doesn't quite foul him, but lets him know he's there. The ball goes out the goalkeeper. Just wondering what Oxford City are going to have to do to just create a chance here. They need to certainly look after the ball a little bit better in the final third. Something's gone off, a little challenge off the ball there from Potter on Smith, maybe? Did you see what happened there, Max?
No, I didn't.
It's certainly been a sore one there. It'll be a free kick to Radcliffe as we approach the half-hour mark rather. In this one, Radcliffe 1, Oxford City 0. Rio Clegg with the goal in this one. Miles Harris has put Oxford United 1-0 up at Bramall Lane. Still 1-0 there. Elsewhere in the Championship, it's Blackburn Rovers 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, and Hull versus Watford is still 0-0. Of course, Portsmouth versus Ipswich postponed today. Here come Radcliffe though with James, who just cuts inside on the right. He's just helped that ball on, and it's a real chance here for Radcliffe. Another really good chance. Brilliant challenge, but it's still going forward here. Somehow Oxford City get it away. I'm not quite sure who made that challenge. Max, did you see down that
not sure who it was, but it's a great challenge, probably to stop a goal, to stop a good chance. It did look
like Anthony Dudley was just about to pull the trigger and you back him to score from there, but I'm going to say that might have just been George Burrows, maybe.
It's a great tackle.
Just put that tackle in. I could be completely wrong, but that is it's almost a game-saving challenge, because if you go 2-0 down, you just never know, do you? It's a real mountain to climb there. Brilliant challenge from Oxford City, who is certainly just about staying in the game at the moment. Here's Ewan Clark. He's kept the ball down here. He's found Parker, who's got his back towards goal, helps it on to Burrows, who will just have to drift a little bit wider to keep that ball in, right on the edge of the wing. Humphrey Ewers now receives the ball, gives it back to Burrows, and again, straight away, Radcliffe are closing down their angles here and keeping their options, for Oxford City's options, at a minimum. Harper Bailey. Ewan Clark now cuts inside, plays in Ashby. Ashby, neat little passage of play into Clark, who does really well to get past one, then two, then plays it out to Humphreys, takes a touch with his left foot, cuts inside. Can he find the cross here, Humphreys, brilliant cross in, headed out by Roscoe. Good defending, but not out as far enough as Radcliffe would have won. Again, that ball just drifts away from Burrows. Nothing given there from a foul point of view, and Dudley will eventually take that ball to safety. And that is really disappointing there. There's going to be another free kick to Radcliffe right on the halfway line. Another bit of a tactical foul. I wonder if the referee might just go to his pocket here for Darnell Johnson, and I think he just might. I think he's going to go into the book here. Yes. Will he? Yes, he will. Yellow card for Darnell Johnson, 32 minutes in. And that is a bit of a sloppy one to give away there, as Oxford City, Ewan Clark almost produced a sublime at one end of the pitch, and straight away Radcliffe go up the other end and certainly have very much an advantage there, because Darnell Johnson will be walking a tightrope for the rest of this game. City just need to hang in here, don't they, really?
Yeah, just need to weather the storm. Getting closer to half-time, just not to concede before then would be ideal.
Gardner is certainly impressive with his range of passing. He can pick a real pass. So he just gets the ball from the left and sprays balls over to the right, which are pretty much pinpoint. It's causing Oxford City all sorts of problems here. But at the moment, Radcliffe are I wouldn't say cruising, but they are certainly in the ascendancy here.
Yeah.
Kean Scales now will take this throw in here for Radcliffe. Oxford City defending deep in their own half, and they've beaten him down the line again. Aaron Harper-Bailey is out for a corner, but he had to get that spot on, because if he brought down his man there, it would have certainly been a penalty, and you'd have backed Rio Clegg to score again. Corner to Radcliffe. They are really starting to turn it on here as they look for another goal to make it a 2-goal lead. City just about hanging in here. Just need that little bit more up to City. I don't think they've shaken off the rustiness from the coach just yet. Another crossing opportunity here for Radcliffe. It is whipped in towards the back stick. It goes past everyone. Tyler James will bust a gut to get there, but it's won by, again, can't see who it is down the other end of the pitch. Aaron Harper-Bailey again, who's been really impressive in these first half an hour. He's won that ball back well. Throw in for Oxford City. All the way in the half of defending, so Burrows is just going to launch this up the line here. It's flicked on by Parker. Again, there's another option there, and Jack Bean's done well to win a free kick there, just inside, well, just behind the halfway line, I should say here. Bean races to that ball to try and get it back underway. Ashby will place the ball on the floor. He's getting a little bit frustrated that the option isn't on straight away there, and City will move it from right to left. Here is Harper-Bailey, who've just been singing the praises of. He plays the ball over to the left. Humphreys, Clark, who's also been quite lively in these early few stages, but hasn't really had a real chance to run in behind us of yet. Maybe even able to hear the wind there. Clark, it's a bit of a little bit of a speculative ball over to the right, which is cut out by Radcliffe, and they're going to deal with that all day long. Again, City in the far corner, hooked away by Ashby, being almost shifted out of the way here, and Radcliffe again will play the ball from centre half to centre half, over to Scales. I think we know where this is going. Scales shifts the ball to his right, hooks it into the channel. That time it's well dealt with by Evan Humphreys, and Oxford City dealing with it that time. Straight away, Scales has probably got the most, I wouldn't say easiest, but he's got a very simple job when he has the ball, isn't he? Get the ball onto his right foot, hook it into the channel.
The line, yeah.
Humphreys, he'll do the same here, over than left though. Parker, is he just onside? Yes, he is. He's put that ball down as well. And has he won a throw in? Yes, he has. Very well done there for Josh Parker, because he had no options on. Back towards goal. Clark finds Latrell Humphrey-Ewers, who just turns here. He needs an option. Plays it over towards Johnson. On the booking now. Rose. Johnson again. He'll go all the way back to Maxted. Maxted plays it back to Johnson, who's got a little bit of space to run into here as he charges up the field, but then has to go all the way back to Harper-Bailey. Again, City allowed to play with the ball at the back.
Yeah, they're not pressing both centre halves, allowing them to step in.
Certainly keeping them at bay. That's when you need your midfield to step up, isn't it? And create a little bit of magic. Ashby,
here we go.
Josh Ashby here on the ball. He turns. Can he be the one to pick the lock here? Parker straight away. Quick pass over to Clark, who just hangs on to the ball on the left-hand side. Ashby again. He's got Humphreys on. Doesn't use him. And Potter will just help that ball onto Harper-Bailey. City do have some options on the bench tonight. GJ Sturridge has dropped to the bench. He's an attacking option, as is Callum McFarlane, and there's also a welcome return for Braden Daniel, who's returned back from injury. Here is Latrell Humphrey-Ewers. That's a bit of magic from Humphrey-Ewers, who's turned away in a really tight area. Ashby doesn't quite get away from his man. City are playing in these really tight areas, and as soon as they find an inch, it's closed down. Harper-Bailey, though, just helps the ball into the half. Clark takes a touch back on himself. He'll have to turn around to play forward, and again all of his passing lanes are cut out by blue shirts. It's going to be a really testing game here. It's almost like when you see Radcliffe playing like this, it's hard to kind of see how they've conceded so many goals this season.
Yeah, they've been solid defensively in the first 40 or so minutes.
Harper-Bailey kept in by Burrows. Darnell Johnson now. City. Potter. Johnson again, he turns. He'll come forward now. Will he try and charge forward himself? Ashby, he turns again. Now might be a little bit of a chance here. Potter Bean, again he goes back on himself. I think City need to just get the ball forward, and they've lost it. Humphrey Ewers has the ball pinched off his feet by Clegg. He'll charge forward, plays the ball over to the right. Tyler James will try and get ahead of Evan Humphreys, and he almost does, but Humphreys does really well to win that ball back. City almost kind of really clawing their way back into this game, but they've not created anything. And to be fair, they've not really had the ball in the final third much at all.
Yeah, they've had a good spell of possession in their own half and just inside the Radcliffe half, but it's just picking that final ball with a good bit of quality.
Who's going to be that man to pick out a bit of magic? For a second I thought it was going to be Latrell Humphrey-Hughes. He did so well there. Not quite doing enough. Here is Burrows down the right. He plays it inside to Alfie Potter, who's not really touched the ball for a while. Again helps it over there. Humphrey-Hughes. Burrows again, takes a touch, goes forward, wins the throw-in, does well there Burrows. He was at a stretch to get to that, but he did. And Alfie Potter will just leave the ball over to Burrows here. Bean over on the right-hand side. Clark has come all the way over from the left to the right to add that extra sort of option here. Humphrey-Hughes. Ashby over on the left again. Parker's going to have to drift out from his striking position to get out to the left. Humphrey-Hughes. Ewan Clark's in that central position now. Oxford City a little bit flexible in the front three, but they've kept the ball. But again, they're keeping the ball, but there's no real purpose at the moment. They have possession and not really much else. That's a ball forward from Johnson. It will be rescued, will it? No, too much power again. And Radcliffe are celebrating that like it's almost like a goal, because they've done so well there just to keep the ball back and stop Oxford City from playing. And as soon as they do play the ball, it goes out of play. And it's Radcliffe who are being very, very steadfast at the back at the moment. I just wonder whether Oxford City just need to get the ball in the midfield and have a do from range and just even test Hewell and make sure he knows he's in a game. As a goalkeeper, if you're Matthias Hewell, you're going to be very happy, aren't you, Max?
Yeah, he's not had much to do. Just nice and quiet for him. Defence have been good in front of him.
Hewell now will take a few steps back. He'll usher everyone forward. No point in playing it short, to be honest with you. 5 minutes to go to the break. Still Radcliffe that lead by a goal to nil. Fylde have just made it 2-0 against Peterborough Sports, and Macclesfield 3-0 up. Goal at Bramall Lane though. Sadie Peck has equalised for Sheffield United. 1-1 there at Bramall Lane. 95.2 FM if you want to listen to that one. Here in National League North, Oxford City have work to do, and they've got work to do here because the ball's over on the left now for Daly, and he's got loads of space here to pick his pass or even shot. He goes over to the left. He's marshalled by Burrows, and there's Potter coming over to try and help him here. Still they'll move the ball though. Again over to the left. That passing is letting Radcliffe down a little bit. And I just wonder whether Oxford City just need to nick it and maybe counter themselves here, because they're not getting much luck when they're in possession. Here is the Greenfield now. Again they'll move the ball from right to left. Here's Roscoe, Smith. They've not really had too much to do. Smith, ball into the right hand channel. Harper Bailey just kind of takes two looks at that and eventually hooks it out for a throw in. It's Radcliffe now playing a little bit of football. Red card for Southport away at Kings Lynn. So Kings Lynn 1-0 up against the 10-man Southport now. So the bottom of National League North continues to take twists and turns. Oxford City here needing to cause their own little bit of a change at the bottom. Humphreys again tries to find Parker, tries to take the ball down, can't, but Clark's done well here. Clark goes inside, skips past one, he wants a foul, nothing given, and straight away the ball is passed over to the right where Ewan Clark's vacated the position. He has to really work well to get back in there. Tough game here, Max, isn't it, from an Oxford City perspective? Would you even go as far as say frustrating?
Yeah, I would actually. I mean, we've had the
well, the ball goes back to Hewell.
Few minutes where they've had possession, Oxford City. It's just like I've said, just finding that final ball, but might see it here.
Well, could they find it here? Because Parker's found Humphrey Ewers, and there's a little bit of space for Bean. Over on the right, he needs to create something here. Bean goes one way, then the other, takes a touch, but Burrows. Can he cross it? does well to jink one way. Burrows crosses it and it's well blocked by the Radcliffe man. Don't foul him there. Oh, what a challenge that is from Burrows. And now here come Oxford City. Brilliant ball across, that'll be a corner. Well, that is fantastic from George Burrows.
Yeah, he's done really well there.
Well, for a second there, I was about to slate him because I thought he was just about to lunge in on his man and give away a sloppy free kick. He's done absolutely brilliantly there to win the ball back inside the box they're attacking and win his side a corner. It's Oxford City's first corner of the game. We've had to wait 43 minutes for it. They have to test their men from it. Ashby with both of his arms in the air. Ashby's not a bad ball, and it goes all the way in. Can someone attack that from an Oxford City perspective? It's hooked clear by Radcliffe. That was close. It almost dropped to somebody in the edge of inside the 6-yard box, but there was no one who was being Mr. Johnny on the spot from an Oxford City perspective there. Throw in. Latrell Humphrey-Ewers just relinquishes his duties there to give that to Ashby, who gets the ball back from Johnson. Into Johnson, and Oxford City have had to wait 43 minutes, but they are actually playing in the Radcliffe final third now. They're trying to get the ball into a dangerous area. They've not been awful, Oxford City. They've just been made to be frustrated, and they switched off at the most valuable point in this game, in what started as an end-to-end game and has kind of fizzled out ever since the goal. Johnson. Oh, and it's another lax ball. Johnson wins it back though. He's not had the best of halves here, Darnell Johnson. He's also on a booking. Bean now. He'll just drive forward a little bit with the ball before just stopping in his tracks because he's blocked by a few blue shirts. Humphrey-Ewers now. He goes over to the right again. Long ball forward, looking for Parker. He's offside anyway. He's offside. I think he thought he was going to give away a foul there because he's just kind of gone into the back of Rick Smith, and I think the referee was going to give that, and the linesman's flag went up anyway.
I think it would have been a soft foul if the ref had given that.
I also do agree with that. It's AFC foul 3, Peterborough Sports nil, which is quite it's quite a scoreline early on. In the Championship, we talked about that goal. It's 1-1 between Sheffield United and Oxford now. Miles Pert Harris's goal cancelled out there. Still Hull 0, Watford 0 and Blackburn 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. 0-0 between Arsenal and Chelsea in the League Cup semi-final. Half an hour gone now. Here though, we're about to see how many minutes we're going to be playing here. We're going to have 3.
A minimum of 3 minutes at a time at the end of the first half.
And you'd imagine that will be, with the way this game's gone, that will be the scoreline as it is now, going into those 3 minutes of added on time. And Oxford City have been made to feel very, very frustrated today so far. They will need a lot more in this second half, you presume, to get past this resolute Radcliffe defence, which is certainly a big bonus. There's Latrell Humphrey-Ewers though, and Bean. He's got a little bit of space. He's got Ashby up in support. Bean coming in here. He cuts onto his weaker left foot, plays the ball in towards the box. Doesn't find Potter, who's running in behind there. They weren't quite on the same wavelength there. Ball down the right hand side again. Darnell Johnson stands up to his man. Has he won a throw in there for his side? Yes, he has. I think he's got quite lucky there, in fact. I thought that might have been a Radcliffe throw. He takes that quickly before the referee or linesman can change their mind, and straight away Oxford City lose the ball. Again, that's been the story of the half. Burrows though wins it back. He's been a bit of a bright spark in these last few minutes. He looks as though that the only way that Oxford City are going to score is through him, and he's the right back. As they are knocking on the door here though, Oxford City. They've grown into this game. They're 1-0 down, but they're certainly not out. They are having a lot of the ball. They're probably keeping the ball better than they have done in many games this season. It's just creating those chances that are being difficult to come by at the moment. Johnson, he's been spun by Rio Clegg, and Clegg's in here. Clegg, can he go in and goal again? Could he score a second just before half time? He's played the ball over across to Scales, who's right on the edge of the box here. Scales, he's just being marshalled well by Oxford City's midfield now, and I don't think Radcliffe are in any sort of rush to try and add to their tally here, because there's about a minute to go stoppage time. As soon as I say that, Bean's won the ball back. Bean straight away. That's going to be a free kick, is it? Well, no, Ashby will continue. Ashby is going to be allowed to play on here from the referee. Bean's onto his feet. He needs to get up and attack with his teammates here, because Ewan Clark has the ball. Clark, ball flicked behind, and Hewell will easily claim that. Bean As soon as he was on the floor, he didn't really show much desire to burst forward there and get involved. Maybe he took a bit of a whack there. City desperately trying to send that ball forward. The ball headed back to Hewelt, and I think that might be that. I think Hewelt's just going to take his time for the press here, and Hewelt will take his time to blast this ball down the field, and I reckon that will take us to the 3 minutes of additional time as he blasts the ball over Josh Parker's head. We've got 5 seconds left. City will actually just need to stand up to this challenge and make sure that there's not another goal. Burrows, is it worth a blast down the field? It's nil. It's nil goals for Oxford City here. They have been made to really work hard for every time they've got the ball in the final third. In the end, they switched off at the vital moment because Radcliffe lead by a goal to nil. Rio Clegg's 19th goal in the league this season. The only thing separating these two sides. City have been left frustrated by this resolute Radcliffe defence. They're going to have to move the ball a little bit quicker. They're going to have to do a little bit more to try and break their deadlock in this game. But at half time, it's Radcliffe 1, Oxford City 0. Over to Bramwell Lane for the last moments of the first half there.
It dance with delight.
Bringing Oxford United fans together.
History to be made. Such a joyous season for Oxford United.
BBC Radio Oxford Sport, the official broadcast partner of Oxford United.
Cheers for being with us on BBC Radio Oxford Sport on a Tuesday night. It is Sports Special for you from South Yorkshire on the radio. You're listening to Sheffield United and Oxford United. The U's led, the Blades have levelled.
The header lays it off to Brannigan. He wants to go from distance and does, and Cooper saves it, breaks back to Pierre Harris, who scores it, and Oxford lead 1-0. Never mind, it's a clean sheet and 0-0. Oxford have taken the lead. It's a first goal in open play for Miles Pierre Harris. It was a poacher's finish after the ball came back off the keeper, and Oxford United lead at Sheffield United by a goal to 0.
On our blaster, who sweeps the ball to the far side of the field, and Oxford haven't escaped this wave of this attack, and a shot and a goal for Sheffield United. Saidi Peck has scored it. It's another one that Oxford still haven't fully cleared a set piece, and you've got to ask yourself, if they've let somebody forward, would there have been an outlet? They didn't, there wasn't, and Sheffield United have equalised. It's 1-1, and it's Saidi Peck who scored it. 1-1 the score then at Bramwell Lane. Let me know what you think. Text WhatsApp on X or on the phone, and we will bring you the second half on 95.2 FM digital radio preview channel 714 and OUTV. On BBC Sound you're hearing Radcliffe against Oxford City in National League North, and it's the Greater Manchester team who have the lead.
Radcliffe are down the other end. Again, they'll try and get the ball across, and they do. Chance goal. And Rio Clegg's the scorer. He scored another goal against Oxford City. He scored a hat-trick in the last game, and it's all too simple in the end. It's a ball over to the left. Rio Clegg's there attacking it. And after Oxford City's good spell, it goes up in smoke as the ball goes in on the left. A simple crossing. Clegg beats his man and tapped it into the back of the net. But there's not a lot that Max Ted could do about that. And Max Tremel, Oxford City find themselves 1-0 down. That's disappointing.
In the League Cup, they've got 8 minutes to go before half-time in the semi-final. Arsenal 3-2 up on aggregate, 0-0 on the night against Chelsea in that second leg. Championship, Blackburn 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Hull 0, Watford 0. As you know, 1-1 between Sheffield United and Oxford United, and Pompey against Ipswich postponed. 3 games in League 1, Port Vale 0, Wimbledon 0. That was an earlier kick-off. They've only got 8 minutes to play in that one. Barnsley 1, Northampton 1 is a half-time, as is Burton 0, Doncaster 2. And in League 2, Barnet 1, Crewe 1, Bristol Rovers 0, Walsall 0, Harrogate 0, Swindon 0, and Notts County 1, Gillingham 0. Let's find out a little bit more about what's been happening there with Oxford City in that first half at Radcliffe. It is half-time now. Andy Gate.
Yeah, half-time here. Radcliffe lead by a goal to 0, as you heard there. All too simple for Rio Clegg, who scored his 4th goal against Oxford City this season, his 19th of the season in the league only. All really simple ball, over to the left, cross in. He was unmarked, got in front of his man and tapped the ball into the back of the net, and Ross Jenkins will be very unhappy with that. In truth, there's not been too many chances in this one. Oxford City had all the ball, but they find themselves coming up against a really resolute Radcliffe defence, and they haven't been able to break them down as of yet. A lot to do in this second half. Results are going their way though, but they need a point, or at least a point today. You have to feel. Half time here, Radcliffe 1, Oxford City 0.
Earlier on today, postponement for Banbury United, their game against Kidlington in the Oxfordshire Senior Cup quarter-final. Waterlogged pitch there, same for Tame against Hadley in the Southern League tonight. England's cricketers successfully defended a target of 129 to win by 12 runs against Sri Lanka in an enthralling contest. It's a 3-0 T20 series sweep for England, so they go into the World Cup, which starts later this week, with some momentum after that victory in Kandy. They only made 128 for 9 in their 20 overs. And there was one big standout batting, really, a bit of batting. Sam Curran, career best 58 after a top order collapse on a difficult pitch there in Kandy. Well, let's have a little reflection on the first half for Oxford United. 1-1 here at Bramall Lane. Let's bring in Nick Harris, who's been watching in the warmth as the snow falls here in South Yorkshire. Nick, firstly, are the TV pictures letting you see the snow? And secondly, what you have seen in the game, what have you made of it?
Firstly, yeah, they are. Looks more like sleet, but that's the television pictures than snow, but it looks mighty cold up there. Yeah, I think you summed it up when you said it's frustrating the first half, because United did so many good things, but after they'd scored the goal, Peart Harris quite well in possession, Makoso doing a good job at the back, Les Spencer seeming pretty comfortable in that left wing back position, but the pressure was mounting, wasn't it? And it was Harmer, the former Coventry man, in the midfield who caused all the problems. A dipping shot inches wide, the first real chance for Sheffield United on the half hour, and as I say, pressure mounting, Bindon header just over the crossbar. Then they scored, frustrating again, because United didn't clear their lines from the penalty ball coming into the penalty spot in the end after they hadn't cleared the corner, and Peck scored. And then you've got to say Harmer's shot hit the bar just before the half time. I think that final quarter of an hour, Jerome, it's given us an indication of how the second half is going to be, and it's going to be a big task for United to come away with any points.
Lincoln Yellow say we had a good first 15 minutes, and now we've allowed Sheffield United to get back into the game. We've rode our luck since then. It was only a matter of time before they equalised. We've got to take the game to them if we're going to get any points. We've got to shoot from around the box, says Simon. That's how we scored. Let's have a look at that one. 2-2 this is going to end, says James, who's stuck in MK. We've got to get Plaheta off. He's offered nothing, looks miles off the pace. Why don't we leave one up as an outlet from set pieces, too defensive? We can't deal with the second balls in. How many goals have we conceded like that this season, says Pete. Darren says the last time we had a good striker was Matt Taylor, who left 3 years ago, and that was before that it was Bino, who left 12 years ago. What is it with this club not wanting to buy strikers? I'm not sure it's as easy as you'd like to get them in. There's plenty of clubs. I mean, look at Sheffield United, how much they have spent on Tom Cannon, who has not and he's playing up front today, but he's not scoring a whole load of goals. But I take your point, but I'm not sure it's completely for the want of trying. Linda says I'm impressed with Makoso. The feeling is there that from Linda that United are just not getting enough touches in the box, so Oxford need to step up in the second half. Sheffield United getting down our left too easily, says Sean. Plaheta giving the ball away. When we get the ball up top, we've got to try and keep it there to give us some breathing space. Got to be happy to still be in the game. Shame we couldn't have held on to half time. It's going to be more of the same in the second half, but I feel if they go ahead, we could crumble, says Sean, who's keeping his fingers crossed there in Didcot. And Nick, that's the case, isn't it? Because the goal that United scored wasn't particularly shocking in terms of the way the game was going. Oxford weren't under a massive amount of pressure, and your mind went back to Leicester when they were able to get in front there. I mean, obviously I feel this is a Sheffield United team with a bit more cohesion than Leicester, but they weren't really, until the final knockings of the first half, able to show us much of that.
No, very much so. I thought United, for the opening half an hour, did a really good job. Yeah, the goal was a trifle lucky, but that's the sort of goals that you expect people to score in the penalty area, and that's exactly what Peart Harris had done. Cooper making the mistake from the Brannigan free kick. But I thought United, I won't say were in control, but seemed pretty comfortable. They had a very good shape. Defensively, they looked strong, but you could just feel that pressure mounting and mounting and mounting. and you always felt a goal was going to come. What was so annoying, the way the goal did come, because we've seen United concede so many goals like that this season. It's going to be a tough old fight in the second half, but if we can show that resilience and shape that they did in the opening half an hour, who knows?
Rose is back with us. Would you agree with some of that?
I'll always agree with Uncle Nick.
Thank you, Rose.
Sometimes. I think the resilience is always there, but looking at the first half, like to go one up, and obviously Sheffield United are going to come back into the game at some stage. It's just that when they do, and with the spell that they have, you've got to make sure that you don't concede. You have to dig in a little bit deeper. Every team's going to have a spell of 10 or 15 minutes. We will again in the second half, but they will make sure that we don't score. So we're just going to move the ball a little bit quicker, with the ball, without the ball. I think we looked not sluggish, but I think we just looked a little bit unsure, a bit tentative. Let's just move the ball quicker. They seem to be finding more space than we do. They're better players, However, we've just got to use our resilience, use our passion and desire and everything else to just get another couple of chances. And I think it's important.
Looking down there into onto the pitch at the moment, bear in mind it's a cold night and we call it sleet, call it snow, it's falling. You've got Yunus Konak still stripped down to not far off his match kit, so they're obviously quite concerned about Brannigan, Rosa.
Yeah, just got to make sure Cameron's okay. Cameron will say I'm alright, but you've got to make sure that he is okay, and not if he plays for another 20 that you lose in 2 or 3 games. He's got to do it right, and Konak will want to come on, and credit to him, he's obviously saying to the manager, if you want me, I'm ready.
But he's got, with this early on in the season, him do that, and then he ended up being taken off anyway. So you've got to factor that in.
Jeremy, what I liked, and you mentioned it at the time about him being keen to get on. Actually, how often have we looked and even seen Ox concede goals when players are, can I say, prattling about and not with shin pads and shirts? He's got the kit on and he's ready, and I like that, because too often we've criticised teams for the player not being ready. The paperwork's gone in, but there's been an issue. So I think that's credit to him that he's switched on and ready to be used.
For those of us that have been with Nathan all day, telling it like it is definitely the way that he's going today. So the first period of the second half could be a good listen. He's not pulling his punches. Nick, what do you want to see from Oxford then going into the second half, and how long should they persist with the personnel? Because I don't think the formation's going anywhere.
I think obviously they don't want to concede early on, that goes without saying. They don't want to concede any sloppy goals, which they have done, because they will come under pressure. And I would think, as we've seen previously from Bloomfield, that he's quite happy to make substitutions and he'll make them early, and I think he probably will. Would you imagine that Mills would come on? But Plaheta hasn't really seen a great deal of the ball. Perhaps Mills would come on. Harris up front, probably a bit early for that. Konak, yes, and I take the point that Nathan said. He's absolutely right. He was desperate to get off the field as Cameron Brannigan was not being helped off, but looked like he was coming off. He was stripped down, he was ready to go, and he wants to get on there, and I think we'll see something of him before the end of the game. But be careful in this first quarter of an hour, United, because if they get caught in that quarter of an hour, the game could be dead and buried.
Teams starting to emerge for the second half then. If you want Radcliffe against Oxford City in the second 45 minutes of that from National League North, you'll find it online. National League North commentary online, BBC Sounds, BBC Sport website and app, Radcliffe against Oxford City. That's where we put the non-league commentary, because we don't have the EFL rights online. But we do have it on 95.2 FM and on digital radio and on Preview Channel 714 in Oxfordshire. And you can subscribe to the Oxford United OU TV service to hear it anywhere around the world as well. Second half coming up. Sheffield United 1, Oxford United 1. The second half's next.
Every kick, tackle and goal.
And Parker cuts inside. Parker's in here. And City have made it 4-0.
All the action is just moments away.
And it's been taken. All the goals running in.
Banbury United, champions of the Southern League, Premier Division Central.
And we are underway.
This is BBC BBC Radio Oxford Sport.
Welcome back to the Newman Stadium, home of Radcliffe, here in Greater Manchester, where Radcliffe lead by 1-0 against Oxford City. It has been a little bit flat, to be fair, since that first goal went in. End-to-end game, and it was all too simple for Radcliffe, who took the lead through Rio Clegg. A ball out to the left, a couple of passes, a cross into the middle, and there was Clegg to score his 19th goal of the season in the league, and also his 4th against Oxford City this season. He's been a man on fire, but Oxford City haven't been able to put him out today. Has been a little bit lax from Oxford City, who have not moved the ball well enough at the moment. But you just wonder whether there will be a bit of a reaction from Oxford City. We're looking at the pitch here, and it doesn't look like there are going to be any changes for either side. So Ross Jenkins sticking with his side at the moment. He will be wary though, because Darnell Johnson, the Oxford City centre-back, is on a yellow card. So will he be one maybe to look out for? He's playing on a tightrope, joined by Max Tremmel, Oxford City's second choice goalkeeper at the moment. Max, you've been in the changing room at half time. What was the vibe?
Gaffer wasn't the happiest, but I think the main message to take from it was we look most threatening when we're playing the ball at speed into wide areas, into the likes of Jack Byrne and Ewan Clark, just keeping them in the game, attacking at pace. That's what will cause Radcliffe problems.
Well, we are back underway here at the Newman Stadium, and here's Josh Ashby, who moves the ball out towards the right. Here's Darnell Johnson, who we have been talking about. He's on a yellow card. He blasts the ball down to the right where Burrows is, tries to find Beirne, and City playing with a little bit more of pizzazz, if you like, a little bit more power on the ball, a little bit more purpose with their passing. Here's Parker, holds the ball up, tries to find him Beirne, and Beirne's offside. He does sting the palm to fuel though, and already Oxford City are probably creating more, despite it being offside, than all 45 minutes in the first half. That's good and bad at the same time, isn't it, Matt?
Just got to start the second half quick, hopefully get a goal, create some chances, and let Radcliffe know it's going to be a tough game in the second half for them.
Yeah, they're going to extend their kind of points buffer in the playoffs if they do win today, so it's a big game for them. Still 0-0 between Arsenal and Chelsea. If you are here and you're thinking, where is the commentary at Bramall Lane between Sheffield United and Oxford United, that's on 95.2 FM here on BBC Sound's National League North commentary of Radcliffe versus Oxford City. There has been a goal in one of our other National League North games, that one that does concern Oxford City, and Peterborough Sports have got an early goal back against AFC Fylde, so you never know, they might create a bit of a comeback in that one. They're 3-1 down though. Here though, Oxford City need a comeback for themselves, but they've started this half a lot better already. Can they continue that though? Against a Radcliffe side that have been out of sorts of somewhat. They've lost 3 of the last 5. They did beat Chester 3-1 on Saturday, but they had become a little bit stuck with a 3-game losing streak of late. Albert Bailey wins that header. Again, it bounces out, and Humphrey Ewers sends a ball over the top of Smith for Parker to chase. It's dealt with by Radcliffe, and Ashby gets the ball over to Clark on the left. Straight away he'll come down to the left still, finds Ashby. City could be in here. Ashby going forward, still going, goes down. Got to be a penalty, surely. Oh, the referee just stays unmoved. Well, it'll be interesting to see that. That looked like a penalty. We were completely at the other end of the pitch here, but I thought the referee might have just gone down to his blown his whistle there, because Josh Ashby is absolutely racing through on goal. Why would you go down there?
Got no reason to.
Unbelievable.
I think he's going to get a shot off, really.
Well, there you go. That goes a begging. Maybe another decision that's gone against Oxford City, like the one on Saturday, which could be so costly. You just never know, do you? Albeit Oxford City's penalty record is pretty dire. City, though, certainly picking up a lot better than the first half already, and Ashby will send the ball down the left for Parker to chase. He's just strayed offside. He needs to check the line there, Josh Parker. He's been offside about 2 or 3 times already in this game. He does need to kind of check that. But Max, you were saying it yourself. I mean, I thought that might have been a penalty. We could see, although we're at the other end of the pitch, we can see the arms in the back of Ashby there. He's an honest player anyway, we know him. The referee's not to know that though, but still, why would you go down? He was about to shoot a goal.
You're still talking to the ref about it now.
Well, is he going to go in the book for it? No. He's just sorting out his arm signal for this offside free kick that still hasn't been taken. Well, I'd love to see that back.
Yeah, from our angle over here, it did look like there was contact and it was a penalty.
Luckily, it's on the zone on this game. So I'm gonna do what I should do and ask someone at home who saw the actual replay from a much better position than us. Here is Hewelt though, the Radcliffe goalkeeper. Straight away he blasts the ball up the pitch, looking for an option. Again won by Aaron Harper-Bailey, who has continued to impress in these early stages so far. Hewelt again. Will he go long again? He takes a touch and yes he does. Again looking for an option, won by Harper-Bailey. Ashby lets it bounce. Maybe he should have done that. Clegg does really well. Clegg! And I'm not sure if that... Not quite sure what happened there, but that goes all the way over the crossbar and almost troubles Johnny Maxted. Took a nick apparently, so it's going to be a Radcliffe corner. I didn't see it take a nick.
I didn't see one.
I mean,
not sure about that.
It's definitely not Maxted, but anyway, corner for Oxford City to defend here, and this could be controversial in its own right. Johnny Maxted is being backed into by 2 or 3 Radcliffe players. Corner about to be drifted in. It's not a bad effort at all. It's headed wide by Rick Smith, who has his hand, he's heading his hands almost because he knows he should have done better with that. And instead of flicking that header towards goal, he flicks it away from goal. Johnny Maxted he wants to play it out to Darnell Johnson, but he won't do the quick one, and eventually, well, he will actually. He'll go to Aaron Harper-Bailey, who plays it out to Humphreys. Humphreys down the line to Clark. Humphreys continued his run. Not a bad run there from his man. Here is Darnell Johnson now. He takes a touch in front of him now and plays in Burrows. Burrows, who just has the option to go forward and is closed down by Dudley, and City are going to be made to go back here. Maxted, first time to Harper-Bailey. Over towards Evan Humphreys. Now City, Humphreys has done well there, but straight away that's hit all the way back to Darnell Johnson. Burrows now opens out, hooks one towards Potter, who's done really well just to clip that ball back, but he's well marshalled there by the number 15 Brad Roscoe. And they'll play all the way back to their goalkeeper now, Radcliffe. Parker's on his bike now, closing down Hewelt. Again, it goes over George Burrows' head. It'll go out for an Oxford City throw in. This game's just got a bit of life back after the break. Not too many chances as of yet. There's that bit of a controversial penalty shout so far. Being told that on the cameras it doesn't look like it's a penalty, Max. So we might not be at the right end for that. But it's another goal in the National League that concerns Oxford City, and it's Curzon 0, Bedford Town 1, which is not very good news from an Oxford City perspective. And Aaron Harper-Bailey's misplaced that pass, and straight away he's gifted possession to Tyler James, who charges up the right, and Evan Humphreys is on his bike to just do enough to put him off there. And that's Aaron Harper-Bailey's first little lapse in this game. It's been so good, but that was a really poor pass, and it never really looked like it was going to make it to his man.
Left-hand side takes it quickly to
Clark. Humphreys now just gets it over to Parker. It's nicked by Danny Greenfield again into a dangerous area. Harper-Bailey just getting in front of his man. He's fouled. Well, the foul not given, so as he just tripped there. Straight away that ball is kicked behind by Clegg for Maxted to chase. Still Oxford City with work to do in this one. Maxted, will he blast it long? I don't think that he really does want to do that, because when you look at the height in the Oxford City front three, you've got Byrne, who's probably the smallest man on the pitch, Alfie Potter, who's probably the second smallest player on the pitch, and Ewan Clark is probably the third smallest player on the pitch. So neither are really going to want to win any headers. Or, well, they wouldn't want to win them, they probably won't though. Josh Parker, again, a little bit more physical, but even he's not the tallest. And when you look at his records, he doesn't usually get those fouls, does he? So Oxford City are being made to play out from the back. They are being allowed to, though, from Radcliffe. Ashby again, his pass is smothered, and straight away possession is turned over, and there's a chance here for the host to come forward. They'll cut out over to the left hand side here. Fylde have restored their 3-goal advantage at home to Peterborough Sports. 4-1 there. Chance here though, and Hume's in. Hume, he sets himself for a shot and completely kicks air. And he knows that he's messed up there, because that was a brilliant chance for Jordan Hume. Well, Ashby gets the ball in an area that he really doesn't want it. Maxted gives it him back. Ashby now, he just needs... Oh, he's played it... Oh, that was almost... That was almost a goal that Oxford City created for Radcliffe, as Ashby just tried an I don't know what on earth he's doing. Well, he had no options, you just want to hit it up the line, and Josh Ashby instead has tried to curl one round Johnny Maxted to the centre-half partner, and instead it's hit Jordan Hume, bounced off him and drifted wide. That was so close for Radcliffe, and they didn't even touch the ball. You're right, uncharacteristic, wasn't it?
Very uncharacteristic from Ash there.
Well, he's trying to make amends here as he gets the ball, as he cuts forward over on the left. Parker's there. Well, Parker, he sprays the ball over to the right where Burrows is. Burrows needs to get this ball over to where Beirne is. He does. And now Beirne's got to create something down the right here. He cuts inside and then finds Humphrey Ewers. He moves the ball over towards Ashby. Ashby now will move the ball over towards Humphreys. Humphreys again over to Clark, who's hugging the left-hand touchline. City at least are in the final third here. Ashby, will he go for goal? No, his angle's closed down. Humphreys has made a run off the ball. Clark still trying to get to the byline. Cross lofted in towards the back stick. There's absolutely nobody there, and eventually it's cleared away. Well, but Darnell Johnson does well not to let that bounce and keep that in City possession. Burrows now cuts inside. Oh, and he's giving the ball away there. He's just about won a throw in there. He found Potter though straight away. Potter, brilliant turn. Can he try? Oh, he almost got away. Not quite. City certainly playing with a bit more zip. Ashby now. Clark now, again hugging that touchline and cutting inside. Humphreys just staying back here. Can he find a better cross here? Clark crosses. Parker just tries to stab an effort towards goal, but at the moment it is all Oxford City, and they are keeping their finger on the pulse here, because Radcliffe are penned into their own half, and as soon as they clear it, City are picking up on these balls. Here's Clark, that ball stayed in. He's primed Ashby again. Ashby across goal, and there's no one there attacking it.
Great cross.
That was there for the tap-in. Still Beirne's rescued it. City still with the ball here. They're much better in this second half as they have been in that first half. Burrows' cross is headed out, and Radcliffe will surely get this to safety. Latrell Humphrey Ewers gets the ball out of the feet of Jordan Hume and puts it out for a throw in. You just want someone attacking that if you're an Oxford City player, don't you, Max Tremel? Because that ball was flashed across the 6-yard box. Ewell was getting nowhere near it. It just needed that touch, didn't it?
Yeah, it's a brilliant cross, whipped in with pace, right in the area you'd like someone to be, to just tap it in, but you've got to keep creating those chances. Seems like we're playing with a bit more urgency in the second half.
Well, Harper Bailey just tries to get that ball, and it's still, can it be cleared? Clark and then Potter, being City by hook or by crook getting that ball out, and Clark's done well there to win a free kick in the centre circle. And again, it's going to be a yellow card. It's Radcliffe's first yellow card of the game. This, and it's going to be Danny Greenfield, puts his hands to his head. Again, he's gone for the ball there. He's met absolutely no malice in that. Ball's gone flying past him, and he's taken out Ewan Clark. Slightly frustrating from a Radcliffe point of view, that, but I suppose the referee's got to take out the yellow card. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? That's the word. It's such unnecessary. At the moment, what is necessary is an Oxford City reaction. At the moment, they are at least looking a little bit more like scoring, but they need to create some chances here, or at least attack them, because they did create a chance just then. City win a throw-in midway through the Radcliffe half. Latrell Humphrey Ewers now. He needs to create a little bit of something alongside his centre-half partner Josh Ashby. We're getting mixed reactions here. Some people are saying definitely a penalty. Some people are saying it's not a penalty. There's Aaron Harper-Bailey though. Skips past a few players and keeping the ball. He's just stood on it though because he needs an option. Has one with Humphreys. Ashby now. City trying to play the ball behind, and again Josh Parker just just not getting that ball straight away. Radcliffe playing the ball down the left wing. Burrows will chase. He'll probably just see that out for a throw-in. Yes, he will. It's deep in the Oxford City half, and straight away he'll play it back to Johnny Maxted. Curzon Ashton have equalised at home to Bedford Town, so good stuff there. Still Oxford City attacking. There's Humphreys, ball down the left. Parker just about keeps it in, and he'll cut inside now. He's playing very deep here. Needs to get in that 6-yard box, Josh Parker. He's in a bit of a goal drought, is the Oxford City man. He's not scored for quite some time, but he certainly knows where the net is. Just needs to regain that sort of shooting, goal-scoring knack, and might just turn Oxford City's season around. Here is Ewan Clark, though. He's stayed on side, right on the left-hand side here. Needs to pick up a pass. His cross is blocked, and it bounces. It's hooked into the air and out. And there is the running race between Clegg and Daniel Johnson. I think that might be a Radcliffe throw-in. No, it's gone Oxford City's way. Well, I thought that was a Radcliffe ball. Maybe the referee was on the wrong side of it. Daniel Johnson will throw it all the way back to Maxted. Everything changes so quickly in these games in National League North. Here's Ashby to Darnell Johnson, just touches the ball ahead of him, then to Ashby. He goes back to Maxted that time, a lot more safely, I will say. Yeah. Here's Aaron Harper-Bailey now. Humphrey Ewers has to give it him straight back, and again City just stuck in this little bit of a trap of not moving the ball as quickly as they probably would like. They need to move it from the wing to the wing again. Here's Bean. Can he find that little gap? He finds Humphrey Ewers, who just turns out again, potters over on that right hand side. He'll just come forward with the ball a little bit. He's got Ashby to his left. Ashby just turns, finds Potter again. Potter now, he'll just jink forward a little bit. He's got Burrows on his right, who's again hugging that touchline. He's found Latrell Humphrey-Ewers. Humphreys, decent little ball. They find a little bit more space now, and here's Clark. Can he pick the pocket now? He'll cut inside now. Clark, brilliant ball. Parker, fantastic move this. Where's the ball going to end up? Hewell saves, it bounces out, and surely Radcliffe will clear. Brilliant from the Radcliffe goalkeeper Hewell, who's just made a decent save there. Oxford City are ready in a change. It's going to be Callum McFarlane who is going to come on. Let's see for who though. Are they going to make that change now? Not quite. He's going to come on though here, Callum McFarlane. So Oxford City going to make a change. Maybe that might just be what it is to, spring them into action. Here's Jack Bean, cuts outside to Aaron Harper-Bailey, hits the ball over to the left. It's not the best of ball, but at least they've moved the ball out well. Humphreys, and he's just lost the ball now, and now Radcliffe just gives them a little bit of freedom to get up the pitch here. And Latrell Humphrey-Ewers is certainly going to get a yellow card for that, surely, as he just takes down his man on the counter attack. In fact, will he get away with that, Humphrey-Ewers? I'm quite surprised he's not going to get a yellow card for that. Yeah. And there is going to be a change here. Let's have a look. It's going to be Jack Bean off for Callum McFarlane. So is there going to be a little bit of a change in formation, perhaps? Or will McFarlane go out over onto that right-hand side? I think it looks like they're going to keep the same formation, but he's going to go out over onto the right, the Oxford City number 9. Callum McFarlane signed just before Saturday's game against South Shields on loan from Solihull Moors. The former Fulham Academy man is... had experience in the league above with Wealdstone after an injury cut short that loan spell. There's a chance here, and Radcliffe are in. Radcliffe, what a brilliant challenge that is from George Burrows.
Brilliant tackle, it's a brilliant
last
shot.
Ditch, and he's thrown himself at that ball, and that was so important. If Oxford City do keep themselves in this game, or even get something out of this game, then they will have to thank that, because that was brilliant defending.
I think he's just saved the goal there. It's a brilliant block. It's a good touch out of his feet from the Radcliffe man.
Well, heroic defending there from George Burrows, but it will mean nothing if they can't defend this corner, and it's going to be a left-footed in-swinger here. Everyone inside the box, apart from 2 or 3 Radcliffe players, everyone else is just challenging here. There's a There's loads of pushing and shoving going on here. There's Latrell Humphrey who's been shoved out of the way by Anthony Dudley. The referee's not bothering with that. He's bothering with a bit of pushing and shoving going on inside the near where the penalty spot is. But, still, there's going to be a bit of a investigation from the referee, Mr. Scott Henry, and it's going to be Clegg and Humphreys that are just going to be told the old stop what you're doing, I'm watching the game. Let's see what happens then. 64 minutes on the clock here. Radcliffe still lead by a goal to nil and they have a corner. Well, let's see. Well, that last one went into the 6-yard box near where Clegg and still the referee is going to stop it, but this time for another bit of shoving from Burrows and Smith. The referee just has to let this corner take place and give a foul, surely. Anyway, third chance of taking this one. Still, everyone is wrestling inside the box. Flung in, and will it be hooked away? No, it goes all the way to the back stick. Hooked back in and headed wide. Humphreys will get there. Humphreys will clear. Good defending from Oxford City.
Yeah, done well.
And the referee in the end not giving anything. Oh, the referee's given. Well, what has he given? He's given a throw-in. It's going to be a sub for Radcliffe, sorry. So Radcliffe are going to make their first change of the game. They're going to change it up a little bit. Let's see who's coming off. It's going to be Jordan Hume who's going to be coming off. He's giving the captain's armband to... Well, I'm not sure who's giving it to, but Gordon Clegg's going to come on for David Ball, the former Fleetwood man. He's played pretty much all of his football in the UFL. David Ball, he was even nominated for the Puskas Award once upon a time, believe it or not, with an unbelievable goal he scored for Fleetwood. Came from Manchester City's academy. That is the sort of player that Radcliffe are bringing on at the moment, and one of the sort of players that Oxford City, I imagine, would love, because at the moment, for all their huff and puff, they've not really created much at the moment. They just need something up front at the moment. Still 1-1 at Bramall Lane between Sheffield United and Oxford United. That's on 95.2 FM in that game. Here we've got 25 minutes to go. Radcliffe lead by a goal to nil against Oxford City. Throw into Radcliffe deep within the Oxford City half, and Radcliffe attacking right in front of our position in the commentary box here from behind the goal. Humphreys heads it out. Potter, he just goes for the header and misses it. James turns on the sixpence. James shoots, deflected, almost hits us in the press box, but it'll be a corner. Did well there, Tyler James, just to turn so quickly and launch a shot at goal. It was close to going in as well. Still another chance here for Radcliffe and another corner. I wonder if the referee's going to stop it a few times here. He's going to have to keep a beady eye on a number of challenges that are going to be going inside the box. Again, the referee does the old stopping the game again. Again, he's stopping the run of Smith and Burrows. And they're just going to, both protest their innocence. But what can the referee do here? The referee can just say stop doing that. He's not really doing anything, is he, Max? He's just having a word with Burrows and Smith. I mean, just let them get on with it, and if they make a foul, give it whichever way you think.
I agree.
You can't just keep stopping the play every time there's a corner because two players are touching each other and having a bit of a tussle. Anyway, corner kick about to come in. Again, Burrows has to be careful. This one's close in. And Nashby doesn't quite get the clearance on that. It's crossed in by Gardner. Easy save there in the end from Maxted. Well, Maxted is looking for that. Straight away smashes the ball into the night sky. Looking for Ewan Clark. He tries to peel off his man and then run in behind. Again, and Aaron Harper-Bailey clears the ball, but not far enough, and he's invited pressure on from Radcliffe. Here's Tyler James again. Brilliant challenge from Harper-Bailey, who makes amends for that rather tame clearance. Throwing to Oxford City. This game is getting, because of these corners that have been a bit stop-start, it's getting a little bit more heated, if you like. It's adding a little bit more to the game. Just wonder whether Oxford City can work the ball out to their new signing, Callum McFarlane, though, who's really occupying that space over on the right. It's been another goal at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 2, Oxford United 1. Andre Brooks has scored there. So Oxford United find themselves behind now. That's on 95.2 FM if you want to listen to that one. Throwing down the line. Humphreys now finds Parker and knocks the ball into the air. Will Clark get there? Yes, he will. Launches the ball into the box. It's just behind McFarlane. who, if he just stood a few yards back, would have had a header on goal.
Would have, yeah.
Oh, what do Oxford City need to do to get back into this one, Max Tremel?
Just think you just need to, when they get the ball in the right areas in the final third, just be patient. Don't have to force anything that doesn't need to be forced. Just move the ball out wide at pace and give it to the wide players and let them do their magic, or give it to the midfield player and let them do what they need to do. Don't need to force anything.
Both Potter and Gardner going at each other, but Radcliffe have moved the ball over to the right now, and they'll cut inside. It's a cross, and it's not a bad cross, headed out by Johnson. Taken down by Gardner again. He moves it quickly towards the right now. Good play from him. Still Radcliffe come forward with Greenfield, who's on a booking. They are going to make a double change now here, Oxford City. Oh, and that ball, well, straight away there's a bit of a tussle here. The referee's going to have to go straight in, because Ewan Clark makes a challenge, and then straight away there's a little bit of a tussle over there. Straight away the Radcliffe bench are up in arms, and I just wonder whether that is just going to force the referee to make a bit of a decision that he didn't want to make here. Well, let's see what the referee's going to do. He's going to go to his pocket.
Not sure what their subs are playing up there.
Well, I think it was more of the reaction from the bench that caused all that. Radcliffe certainly aren't happy. Ewan Clark goes into the book. And I didn't quite see that, to be fair, Max Tremble. I think it was something out of nothing, but I didn't really get a good view of the actual, the challenge. What happened there?
No, I think it was just a split second late. I think it was an honest challenge going for the ball. The ball got played just before he got there. I don't think there was anything nasty in it. I just think there's a bit of an overreaction from their bench, to be honest.
Taken out the game.
Well, I just wonder whether the referee just needs to keep a lid on this. He's almost shown from those corners that he doesn't really have control.
Yeah.
He's booked Ewan Clark. He's done basically what he's done there. It did not look like a red card at all, even despite the reaction from the Radcliffe bench and players who are wanting to try and make a little bit more. There's going to be a yellow card here now for a member of the Oxford City bench. Well, I'm not sure who that is there. I'm not quite sure who that is, but
Sanction 2.
Well, it's Andy Ballard that's been shown the yellow card. So Andy Ballard is shown a yellow card, not for the first time for Oxford City. He's got plenty of them as a player. And the referee, is he going to go and continue here? Still the Radcliffe bench. Well, I can't believe that Andy Ballard's been shown a yellow card on the Oxford City bench, and the Radcliffe bench that have simply tried to run on the pitch haven't been shown anything.
Really.
That is baffling. City are trying to bring on two substitutes here, though. One of them is DJ Sturridge, and the other is Byron Wilson. I'm not sure if they're on yet or what, but.
To enter in the next few moments.
The referee is completely lost control of this game. It's unbelievable. Well, they are going to make these changes now, I think. So who knows what's happening at the moment, Max? It's all descended into a bit of a farce. Can you tell us what's happening?
Not really sure, to be honest, but the refs.
Well, the referee's just waiting.
Really. I think we're just trying to make two substitutions.
Well, yeah, the referee's just waiting for the fourth official to do his job. He eventually does that. So who's coming off? Alfie Potter off, DJ Sturridge on. 72 minutes on the clock here, so DJ Sturridge is going to get 20 minutes. That's not a bad change.
Is number 11, DJ Sturridge.
And the other change is going to be Byron Wilson, but for who? I think it's going to be George Burrows. Burrows, who's yeah, it's going to be Byron Wilson for
Number 18, George
Burrows.
Is number 2, Byron Wilson.
So there's the two changes: Burrows for Wilson, and Wilson for Burrows rather, and Sturridge for Potter. Wonder if DJ Sturridge can make a difference in this game. Oxford City needing something out of this one, and that will almost certainly add a load of minutes onto the second half additional time. McFarlane wins the header. Sturridge's spell of the ball is very positive as he gets his way from his man and plays it over towards the left where Clark is. Humphreys sends the ball down the line, getting a little bit aimless, but I don't really know too much else what he could have done with that. Still, and the ball's bounced to Clegg. Clegg, really big chance here. Radcliffe in. Can they get the ball in? Here's James. He's been ushered out wide. That's brilliant defending from Oxford City. Again, it's last ditch, but it's defending nonetheless. Parker does well to win the ball back off his man Gardner, but straight away turns towards his goal and he sends a pass awry. Sturridge has to be careful not to foul his man. Ball in towards the right to look for David Ball. His touch has gone out for an Oxford City throw-in. Well, Oxford City need to kind of just stay in this game at the same time, don't they, Max? Yeah. They've been much better. Still not as many chances created as they would have wanted. But as long as they stay into it, there's a chance. We've seen so many times this season where Oxford City have been in a game and they've conceded a sloppy goal and they've gone 2 goals down and they're out of it.
Yeah.
They need to stay in this one. Hewell scrambles to get to that ball because Parker was chasing. Slams it down the pitch. Humphrey Ewers heads it back into an area and then Gardner heads it back and then Johnson does the same, but he's headed it into Clegg over towards James. Tyler James does well. He sends a cross in, but Humphreys blocks. Good play from Humphreys, the unknown West Bromwich Albion fullback. Well, that clock is ticking very quickly from an Oxford City point of view. They just need something to this.
Closer towards the edge of the box.
Well, throwing, that looked like a foul throw to me, Max, but nothing given. Ball out to Gardner. He'll send one in towards the box. Again flicked on by James. Another chance. Clegg will try and find the angle. He goes out right. That'll be a corner. It will be a corner. And Radcliffe keeping their finger on the pulse. Well, let's get ready for the referee to stop it 2 or 3 times before this is taken. And they're in absolutely no hurry to take it, Radcliffe. Well, this could kill the game if Radcliffe get this one right. And they're going to be another left-footed in-swinger, which is sent in. It's not bad. Oh, and Maxted slips. Well, the referee's seen a foul in there. Well, I don't think either side really wanted the free kick then, because I don't think there was a free. I think that's quite soft, unless you saw a foul in there that I didn't.
No, I'm sure we would have been happy to play on. I think Ewan had the ball and was looking for a counter-attack.
Well, Maxted just plays a simple short pass to Ashby, who's probably a little bit frustrated today because he's not had all that going forward in front of him. Here's Clark. Sturridge does really well to turn. He just gets shoved off the ball though. He's certainly added a bit since he's come in. And Clegg's nicked the ball in front of Aaron Harper-Bailey, and he'll dart down the right. Harper-Bailey just trying to react and backtrack, jockeying him over into the right. He'll still go forward, Clegg. Still going forward, Clegg. Aaron Harper-Bailey, that is brilliant. Fantastic defending from him, but City are playing their way into trouble here. Humphrey Ewers just about finds Ewan Clark. Clark nods the ball forward, just trying to find Josh Parker running behind. It's just not happening from Oxford City at the moment, is it, Max? Well, they have to keep going here, the Hoops. A little bit of a slip from Luke Daly. He finds Hewell, who will happily oblige to hit that one up the field. Ashby, again, Humphrey was just not getting to his man. Still, Kean Scales will come forward now. He'll burst forward down the right, plays the ball towards, Ball, and it eventually goes past him and out for a throw in. Well, this is when you get to a spot where we've got 13-14 minutes to go plus stoppage time, and this is where you need to start to see something. City just kind of holding in. The momentum's been to-ing and fro-ing in the second half. This is where you need to see Oxford City start trying to press for that equaliser, isn't it, Max?
Yeah, we need to start testing the Radcliffe goalkeeper. He's not sure he's had really a save to make yet, so last 15 or so minutes just try.
Humphreys has done well. That'll be a goal kick. Well done, Evan Humphreys. He's been impressive to the left back. Maxted straight away plays the ball down to Darnell Johnson, who will run forward now to his own box with the ball. He'll jog forward now as he just sets himself. He wants a short option. He's not going to get that from McFarlane. He's got 2 players marking him. Wilson, Humphrey Ewers now. Ashby just nips one in towards the right-hand channel to DJ Sturridge. He takes the ball down, but he's well defended by Roscoe, and that is Oxford City's problem at the moment, isn't it? They can't get the ball past those two centre-halves whenever they do get it near. And now here come Radcliffe. They'll drive forward through the centre of the pitch, trying to kill the game off. They've got an option here. They'll still come forward. Still coming forward now. He's onside here. Brilliant block from Darnell Johnson. Brilliant sliding challenge from Darnell Johnson to deny Luke Daly.
It's another
corner
challenge.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But Oxford City is certainly living life on the edge. Dan Gardner again taking absolutely as much time as he can to take this one. Curzon have taken the lead against Bedford Town. Still Chorley drawing 1-1. You can hear the wind here. It's a cold wind as well. Ball in swinger, and it's in swings past absolutely everyone and goes out for a goal kick. Well, Johnny Maxted runs to get that ball, and Radcliffe are more than happy to give, Max said he'll give the ball to Darnell Johnson, and Radcliffe are more than happy to just let them have it. The referee says there's been a rolling ball there, so we'll have to take that one again. I wonder if Maxted's going to go back the other way. He will, to Aaron Harper-Bailey. So Aaron Harper-Bailey's going to have the go to get forward now. There's a ball on the pitch. The ballpoint walk-on, most casual retrieving of a ball on the pitch I've ever seen. There is Darnell Johnson though. Just wonder whether it's worth just a ball over the top for DJ Sturridge to get on his bike and run in behind.
Yeah, he gives you that different type of player to run in behind.
There is a lot of space in behind, isn't there?
Yeah, for sure.
Maxted, he'll be one to send it forward if really he wants to. Plays it to Darnell Johnson. He'll send it forward now, looking for Parker. Can he win that, Parker? No. Backs out of it. I think he was trying to make an arch for his man. Clark going down the line. He's just found his man, has he? No. Hooked away. Oh, and they've got past Humphrey Ewers, and again there's a little bit of a chance to run forward now. Radcliffe trying to pick holes in this Oxford City team. Byron Wilson now just staying alert. Sturridge will chase, but again Radcliffe will play around him. McFarlane, who's barely touched the ball since he's been on, has he, Callum McFarlane? I actually can't remember a sort of chance. That's got to be offside, surely. Not given. I think the linesman's flag was going to stay down there. Byron Wilson plays it back to Maxted. Oxford City just needs something here. 10 minutes to go. Radcliffe 1, Oxford City 0. Ewan Clark just goes one way and then the other. He's found Aaron Harper-Bailey. Still, Oxford City need to get into that half and create something of note, because they've not done that for quite some time. Again, the ball goes long from Johnson and it's easily dealt with by Roscoe. And again, the ball blasted back down to Harper-Bailey, who just turns on it. James will press Maxted, who smashes it long, looking for Wilson. It goes over his head, and then McFarlane finds Parker. He just tries to help it onto Wilson, but again doesn't quite work its way back. Well, Byron Wilson needs to get back here. Still, it's going to be Humphrey Ewers to... he fills in for him and he wins the ball. That's brilliant from Humphrey Ewers. McFarlane has to turn, and again City need to find that space. They need something here. They've not had it all game pretty much, but they've stayed in the game, and that is where you just think that maybe if Radcliffe just drop off ever so slightly, the points mean a lot to them as much as they do for Oxford City. You just wonder whether City can nick something here. Ashby, it's another ball through the middle, but it's been cut out, and there's a real chance here. It's hit Ashby actually, and there's a chance here for Clegg. Clegg, is he offside? No, he's not. Clegg still going. Clegg shoots. Maxted saved. Straight at him in the end. I think Clegg should have done better there. He had ball racing up with him. Ashby with the ball again, straight away. There's a little bit of a foul and off the ball tussle there. DJ Sturridge, that's a bit better from him. Gets a bit out from his man. Humphreys now cutting inside. Latrell Humphrey Ewers now. And it's not the best of balls, but he's found its way to Clark, who cuts inside here. Clark to Ashby. Ashby needs to find the pass here. Finds Humphrey Ewers. They play it out towards the left. They are getting in the final third now here, Oxford City, but kind of teetering on the edge of of it. Humphrey Ewers now. Aaron Harper-Bailey, they're being forced to go back. They just need to keep care of this ball. Ball over the line. It will be headed away. And to be fair, Radcliffe have done that all day long. There's been another goal at Bramall Lane, and it's now Sheffield United 3, Oxford United 1, and that is Ogbene who's got the goal there for Sheffield United to make it 3-1. That's on 95.2 FM if you want to listen to the last few stages of that game here in National League North. Still all to play for, but Radcliffe at the moment are going to go and get a very big win. Darnell Johnson slaps the ball into another Radcliffe shirt. They've just not looked after the ball anywhere near well enough. And now Tyler James is set down that ball. Will he keep that in? Yes, he will, but he keeps it from going out for a goal kick and helps it from going out for a throw in, which could be important because it just keeps Oxford City camped within their own half. Oh, Max Tremel, what do Oxford City need to do here? There's going to be another change for Radcliffe as they waste precious seconds here.
Yeah, I think it's just about trying to keep the ball just in the right areas and just finding that right moment like it has been all game, but just one moment and that could just turn the game on its head, really.
They just need something, even if it's something out of nothing, really, don't they? Yeah. They just need to try and I don't know, just have a pop shot or anything.
Yeah,
they
could just be taking a risk like that, just a shot just to test the Radcliffe goalkeeper, really.
Hallam Hope is on. No, former Everton Academy graduate. He's won promotion from League 2 in his career as well. You know, these players are, got tons of experience and know how to see games out. That is the worry. Oxford City, on the other hand, are probably at the other end of the spectrum. They're probably on the younger side of it. Here's Dan Gardner, chests the ball down, finds Dudley, finds Roscoe to Dudley. Well won back from McFarlane, who does well to twist and turn and gets that back on his man. He's done really well there, Callum McFarlane. He's barely touched the ball since he's come on, but he's certainly got away from his man there. Here is Darnell Johnson. Well, he is just shaping up. He doesn't really know what to do with this. He's not got any options on. He's just about fine Humphrey Ewers, who at a stretch gets there. It's been that sort of game, hasn't it? City just have not moved that ball quickly enough. Johnson, ball across the field, looking for Clark. It goes over his head. It was always going over his head. Goes out for a throw in. 86 on the clock here. And Oxford City are heading for another defeat in National League North, which they certainly do not need. Ball across, looking for ball, but that time Darnell Johnson gets there. To be fair to him, Darnell Johnson, he's been much better, but as soon as he does that, he gets the ball and just slices the ball out of play. When Oxford City have had the ball, it has been pretty poor today. They've not moved the ball well enough. They've not done enough to even challenge. Well, there's going to be another change made here. Josh Parker off, Braden Daniel on. So the Oxford City youngster back from injury. And is Braden Daniel going to play as a striker here? No, he's not. He's going to go over to the right and Callum McFarlane's going to play up front. So Daniel on. The youngster is going to have to make an instant impact here. He's had a little bit of an injury layoff. He's now on the field and he needs to be Oxford City's saviour. Hasn't scored for Oxford City so far. What a time it would be
a great time
to get your first Oxford City goal. Here is Josh Ashby. Humphrey Ewers sends one forward. Again, it's just aimless, really, isn't it? It's not...
Just struggling.
It's almost like they run out of ideas, Oxford City, and just go, well, let's hit it long. They need to just... I'm not saying don't knock it long, I'm just saying do it with a little bit of purpose. So at the moment, they've not had that. Here's Johnny Maxted into Darnell Johnson. Ball forward. Again headed back, and again it's found Hallam Hope, and Johnny Maxted's going to have to retreat here. Aaron Harper-Bailey does well to get in front of that. He's running himself into trouble and does so well there. Well, I think Aaron Harper-Bailey has been my player of the match for Oxford City. Max Tremel, what do you think as that ball's hits?
Yeah, I think Aaron's been good, especially his one-on-one defending. I think next to him as well, I think Evan's been good as well. Evan Humphrey's been solid out there. I think he's done himself well.
Here's Sturridge, still City moving it. Here's Ashby. Where will it bounce? It's right on the edge of the area here. Ashby finds Byron Wilson. He needs to make something here. Byron Wilson, as he goes out on the right, he sends a cross in. It's too low and it's dealt with rather easily in the end. Still Radcliffe coming, and they'll try and put this game to bed on the counter as Hallam Hope he'll play it back. And again, Oxford City finally getting into a good area and not being able to create anything. Ball hooked forward. Humphrey Ewers heads it into an area. It's just chested down from Gardner. Again, it's been played past Clark, and here comes Greenfield. Greenfield down the right. He's got an option here to play it to his fullback, which he does. Can they get a cross in here, Radcliffe? Can they put this game to bed and win it? Gardner down the right. Again, it's not a bad ball. Will it be a first-time cross? Takes a touch. Ewan Clark gets back, but there's still a chance here for Kean Scales to find an option to cross. He's got an option here with Gardner again. Gardner takes a touch. He'll keep it over on that left-hand side. Well touched down by Greenfield to Scales to Gardner again. Now he goes over to the right, and straight away Braden Daniel is alert to that to go out and close down his man. Braden Daniel over to into the area of McFarlane. Still Oxford City somehow still alive in this one, because there's been very few chances, but they've played the ball behind. It's been well cut out though from the Radcliffe defenders. Oh, and that's going to be a foul. That'll be a free kick, maybe even a yellow card. Maybe Latrell Humphrey is going to get spared there, and that's just going to eat up precious seconds. And now Oxford City have just got to hope that board shows as big a number as it possibly can going into additional time.
And that ball in behind to Braden was definitely on, just a bit more on it, and he was in.
546 attendance today inside the Newven Stadium. They might just be about to watch Radcliffe pick up another 3 points. 1-0 the score. Kings Lynn have made it 2-0 against Southport. City have won it back. Can they just create something? Well, they've not been at their best at all today, but if they can just create one chance, you just never know, do you? Let's see what's on that board. 7. Well, I didn't expect that, Max Tremel, but it's good news from an Oxford City perspective. Braden Daniel cuts inside. He cuts inside, and the pass is behind you in Clark. Well, 7 minutes is quite a long time for all those stoppages. I don't know if it's been 7 minutes, but there you go. Ball over the top. At the moment, it doesn't matter if it's 10 minutes, 17 minutes, because at the moment it's Radcliffe who have the ball in the Oxford City half, looking for the goal rather than the other way around. You just want to see that reaction, don't you, Max? Can they do it?
Yeah, we just got to believe right until that full-time whistle that we're going to score. It might take 97 minutes to get the chance to score, but you've just got to be ready to take it.
Ball's gone out for a goal kick. Oxford City straight away getting that ball. It is 1 minute into that 7 already. Maxted's ball is, again flicked on by Clark. It got taken in the wind, to be fair, that didn't it? Clark wins it. Again, Ashby just under it. Can he get that ball back? No, he can't. And now here comes Gardner. Gardner charging forward. Will he have a shot? Hallam Hope wants it. Hallam Hope gets it. Just out over on the right hand side now. Will he take the ball into the corner? Aaron Harper-Bailey marshalling him well. He cuts back on himself. Again, he's kept the ball there, Hallam Hope. Again, that ball into an area. Tyler James looking to get there. Again, Aaron Harper-Bailey has been Oxford City's best player by quite some distance for me today. But that just kind of shows how much defending he's had to do. But unfortunately for Oxford City, they've not defended that cross into the box, and they've conceded. And at the moment, they've not created anything to get a goal. Again, the ball bounces clear. Oh, and that's going to hit the hand of Latrell Humphreys. That's so unfortunate. How's your luck? It looks as though Oxford City are about to lose again in National League North unless they can pick something out here. They've lost more than any other team in National League North now as it stands. They've obviously played more games than a few teams like Leamington, but they have lost one more than them at the moment. Again, the ball into Hallam Hope, and they still, and you'd imagine, well, whatever happens, will have failed to have won on the road at all. But still, that ball has somehow stayed in. Here's Radcliffe down the right. They'll look to try and keep that in. They will. Scales. Oh, and he's just hit. Well, I was going to say hit that out, but he hasn't hit it out. And Humphreys clears. McFarlane into Clark. Clark straight away. His clearance is closed down. City needs something here. Here's Darnell Johnson. What a City made of. We've had 93 minutes on the clock now. 4 to go. Johnson, ball behind Braden Daniel. Daniel trying to keep it alive. City desperately trying to find something here. Harper Bailey's fouled his man, and that's going to be a free kick. Hallam Hope again wins it and wins precious seconds for his side. And once again, Oxford City staring down the barrel. It's a massive, massive game on Saturday, isn't it, Max, away at Leamington, who are bottom of the National League North table at the moment. Leamington are picking up another point. They're having a bit of a resurgence at the bottom. But if Oxford City are going to stay up, they're going to have to win away at some point, and then they're going to have to win away on Saturday, you have to feel, especially after this result tonight, because despite Radcliffe's lofty playoff position, Oxford City haven't quite been able to, that's offside, they've not been able to inflict anything on them just yet. Byron Wilson is desperate to get that. 4 minutes gone, 3 to go. It is pretty much last-ditch stuff from Oxford City now, isn't it? Maxted slaps the ball on the floor, launches it forward. McFarlane is underneath it, wins the header. DJ Sturridge, he's won that there. DJ Sturridge still going, has a shot towards goal. It's deflected. Who will win that? It will be won by a Radcliffe shirt again. And that is well worked out towards the left. And again, Radcliffe have won pretty much everything here. Aaron Harper-Bailey still absolutely powering his way over there. He's done really well there, Aaron Harper-Bailey, and he's shepherded that out for a goal kick. That's brilliant play again to just stave off Hallam Hope for that long. And Maxted again, he's going to have another opportunity to blast this down the pitch. He does, looking for an option. I think Darnell Johnson has gone up front now to play as a striker, but he's won that header and it's been taken down by DJ Sturridge. Is he onside here, Ewan Clark? The flag stayed down. This is now or never for Oxford City. Clark crosses the ball in, it's headed in, and it's into the hands of Matthias Huelt. And I think is that Braden Daniel who's headed that? I'm not sure, but it might have been, but whoever it was has at least tested Huelt, but it was a standard save and he takes his time over it. Harper Bailey again just getting his body in front of the ball, and he's just been again not being able to get in front of that. Ashby taken down. Harper Bailey wins that ball again, blasts it into the night sky, and we've almost got a minute to go now. I think Radcliffe might start searching for the corners now. Here's ball, he bounces and bounces again. Maxted, he's not going to be able to keep that from going out from a corner, and you can know what's going to happen to this, don't you? It's going to be taken short and it's going to be shielded. Here is here's a chance now for Dudley just to go in there, and Hallam Hope there to take this, and straight away Oxford City are just going to stay as close to the corner as they can. But this is quite shielded now, isn't it, from this commentary position in the Newton Stadium. They've taken it and they've won another corner. Josh Ashby wants offside, and again we're going to be made to wait. Well, I wonder if the referees are going to add these on.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably. You're absolutely right. Well, here we go into the last few minutes of this one. Radcliffe are about to beat Oxford City by 1-0 as Dudley again will he try and win a corner again, and he's hit that out for a goal kick. Well, here we go. This is a now or never. We've had the 7 minutes. There's got to be time added on to the time added on. Well, this is it. Well, Oxford City, well, everyone is going forward, and you may as well. You just hope the referee's whistle doesn't go now. Maxted, ball into the air. It's won by a Radcliffe head. And again, Aaron Harper-Bailey just hits it long. Bounces, cleared. Clark just takes the ball down, comes forward, ball forward. It's just desperate now from an Oxford City perspective, but they've helped it out towards Wilson, and it's a tough touch, and that might be that. Yes, it is, and Oxford City have lost on the road again. And in the end, they've kind of petered out. They've not really tested Matthias Huelt at all. Thanks for joining us here on BBC Sounds. We're going to go back over to Bramall Lane for wasn't at the game. Thank you for listening today.